Hello, you are welcome to New Focus Approach to Mathematics Basic 9. This is the revised edition, and in this lesson, we want to look at problems involving similar triangles. In our previous video, we saw the concept of similar triangles, and here we want to apply those concepts to solve questions. Now, according to this question, triangle ABC and DEF are similar. We have to work out the length of DF and the length BC. DF, so D and F, and the length BC or CB. Now, we can do this by accepting the fact that they are similar, means that this and this should be equal, or this and this should be equal, or this and this should be equal. That is the truth. Then again, the side AB, okay, should be in proportion with the side DE. And that should be equal to the side AC, also should be in proportion with DF. Okay, now our side AB has been given as 4, and ratio means division, so I can say divided by the side DE, which is given as 16. This should be equal to the side AC, which is given as 5, over the side DF, which we don't know and we are calculating for it. So based on this idea, we can now make DF the subject by using cross multiplication. So with cross multiplication, we can say 4DF is equals to 16 times 5. Okay, and because we are making DF the subject, we divide both sides by 4. Okay, so you see why I didn't multiply this one straight to give me the answer. I just thought that definitely there may be some division so that we can to make our work a bit easier. Now 4 can divide itself 1 and divide here also as 4. Then 4 times 5 is 20, so that becomes 20 centimeters. Great. Now we know that. Now to find the BC, again we can also say that the same thing that we did here, the AB is in proportion of DE, so I can still say 4 divided by 16, and that should be equal to BC also be in proportion with FE, okay, FE, which is 17. Then we can still do our cross multiplication, so then BC times 16 should be equals to 17 also times 4. When we divide both sides by 16, then BC will be equal to 17 times 4 over 16. Now when you take your time and do these simple calculations very well, you can see our BC being equal to 4.25 centimeters, and that answers the question. Let's take another example. Given that triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADE, find the length of DE. Now they've said they are similar, so when I extract triangle ABC, I can get it as this. So this is A here, B here, and C here. Then I can also keep the bigger one also as A here, D here, and E here. Now after knowing this, I know that AB is 8 according to the question, BC is 6 according to the question, AD will be 8 plus 4, which will be 12. And then so that is that. That's all we have now. Now the question wants us to find DE, and this is where we have D and E. Now we know that if the two are similar, then it means the angle here is equal to this angle, and both of them have this angle being equal to that, or A also being equal to this A. So we can say 8 is to 12, that the side here is to the side here, and that should be equal to the side here, which is 6, also is to the DE that we want to find. Okay, so I can now say 8 over 12 is equal to 6 over DE. When I do cross multiplication, I can say 8DE is equals to 12 times 6. Okay, so then my DE becomes 12 times 6 divided by 8. I'm not in a hurry to multiply them because I can do simple division. So DE will be equal to, at least I can say 4 can divide here as 2 and 4 can divide here as 3. 2 can divide here as 1 and 2 can divide here as 3 as well. So then our DE becomes 9 centimeters. That becomes the solution to this question. All right, let's take the last example to this section. Given that triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADE, work out the length B, DB, and AC. Again, I can draw the smaller triangle ABC as such as this, having my A here, C here, and B here. Then I can do the same thing for the bigger one, okay, having my A here again, E here, and then D here. Now I know here to be 18 according to the question, and I know here also to be 8. I know the side here, that is AB, to be 6, and I know the side CE to be that. Okay, the CE cannot be tracked from here, so we leave it like that for now. We just keep this one as it is. Now the question says we should find DB, so DB, D, and B, that is the part here we want to find, right? Now we know that the whole DA so assuming that maybe the DE, let's call it X, so the whole of DA becomes X plus 6, right? X plus 6. Now if that is true, then now we can write a simple equation by saying that if we have 8 is to the 18, it should be equal to 6 also is to X plus 6. That's what it means. So we can say 8 over 18 is equal to 6 over X plus 6. Now we can simplify this work further. When we do the cross multiplication for this, okay, we can say that 8 will multiply X plus 6, and then 18 will multiply 6. So when I expand this, I have 8x plus 48, and again we have 18 times 6. Okay, now if I make 8 the subject, then we have 108. Then we move this one to the other side to become minus 48. Now when we subtract 48 from that, we have 8x is equals to 60. So dividing both sides by 8, then we can say our answer is 7.5. So our x becomes 7.5, and that answers for the DB. Okay, we can use the same idea to find for the AC. Okay, let's assume that AC, let's put y there. So using the same approach, we can also write equation like this. Now the whole of the whole of EA can be written as y plus 6.25, right? And so again, we can say that if we pick 8 divided by 18, it should be equal to the side AC, okay, the side AC, which we call it y, because AC is y here, over the AE, okay, which is y plus 6.25. And once again, we can do cross multiplication again and say 8 into brackets y plus 6.25 is equal to 18y. So we expand this. In fact, I want you to take your time to multiply 8 times y and 8 times 6.25 and equate everything to 18y and make y the subject. When you finish everything successfully, this should be your answer. So then your y becomes, dividing both sides by 10 here, then we have 5 centimeters to be for the y, which represent our AC. So I'm sure this has really helped you to solve questions under similar triangle. Thanks so much for watching.